having another project on mind. Just listen. Handling plastic bags. Yeah, that's actually my tea and sugar storage. Yeah, I've got Tea+Summit roll bag, very lightweight, and that plastic makes noise. Yeah, you can hear that just by, and wool doesn't. Yeah, so I got a project on mind to store my tea and obviously sugar, which is in another bag, quite a substantial amount. Yeah, a handful sugar and a handful tea. So this wants to go somewhere in the pack, and the idea is, instead of having a plastic bag, yeah, which is quite convenient but makes a bit noise, and actually I damaged quite a few of them, so they don't last very long anyway. And a bag like that costs about 18-20 quid. Yeah, it's a liter bag, and so I'm rather making one myself. And there in the background, yeah, I'm working on it, and that's what you're gonna see in this video. A bit Hogswatch special. Yeah, getting on with it. Now I give you some background informations, how and why and what else. Yeah, and it's a bit a DIY project again, and see how we're getting along. Something, well, I found the company actually I'm well aware about since the 80s, early or late 70s, KERO. It's a North Swedish Laplandic company. They actually making boots, like the beacon or big boots, yeah. So and this little leather bags. You may know about these leather bags. They do all sorts of stuff. Very traditional. There's a boot, yeah, with little beak there, and traditional Laplandic leather stuff. So going into the shop, and what I'm looking for, there's another picture of the big shoe, is the outdoor recreation stuff, and looking for the bags and storage, the Reindeer leather bags. And there we go. We got several different bags being used, actually made out of reindeer leather, very soft and smooth reindeer leather. It's a natural tanned leather. They do them in different sizes. Yeah, this is a coffee bag, kettle bag, and just some small stuff. Single bags, yeah, these three are the single bags. Then we got the little coffee bag, the medium one, and it's single bags. And I'm looking here for the double bags, the sugar and coffee leather bag. Clicking that, and yeah, I'm not using that for coffee. I want that for my tea and sugar. So I'm calling that the tea and sugar bag. But the Laplandic people and Swedish people, they are famous in drinking coffee, so that's why they call that a coffee bag. But I found a different picture of it. Yeah, they're well made and they're very expensive. And they're 755 Swedish krona, which is divided by 10, roughly about divided by 10. It's about 73 euros, yeah, which would be about, what is that? Around the same in dollar, I guess, but quite expensive, yeah. And I could order one straight away here, and they do mail order. See, you got the Swedish, English language. They go to mail order all over the world. Yes, we got these little boots here. They can buy the boots and a traditional company. But I want to make that myself because I need two of these bags. Yeah, one for myself, one for my mate Andy. He always want what I got or what I'm making. So I had a little bit of search and found a nicer picture of that. Yeah, the color is different. Usually they are a bit like yellowish, the original Reindeer leather, that after some time they turn reddish or any other darker color. So they're really, really nice. And but I could grab one straight out there and make myself my own one out of cardboard. Anyway, yes, I want to make this out of wool instead of leather because it doesn't really matter. Leather isn't really waterproof when it gets soaked with water. When it gets soaked with water, it's getting soggy as well. Yeah, so tea or coffee needs to be rubbed into a plastic bag anyway. So that's why I'm making that out of wool, and it's a fairly dense wool using the heavy Loden. Yeah, the same I'm using for making the rucksack, which is very dense and got roughly the same consistency like leather. Yeah, it's flexible, it's breathable, and obviously it can cope with a certain amount of water, but not for long. So it doesn't really matter if tea or coffee is rubbed up in a Ziploc bag or just a plastic bag and stuffed into this bag, tied up and wrap it away in the pack. So that's the project. And yeah, grabbing that out of there and doing my own bag. Actually two. Yeah, that's my gift project. Hogswatch gift for my mate Andy, and I keeping the prototype as well. Actually, I'm making two bags at the same time, so I'm sending one after Christmas up to Gloucester, so my mate Andy can enjoy a bag like that. And what's about I just grab that and take that out, like getting it in 3 dimension into the real world. Yeah, this is my new tea and sugar bag. Well, this is a pattern just for the show. I gonna make this from wool. Yeah, this is just for fun. As you can see, just taking that out, and here it is. The new coffee bag, well, tea bag. Yeah, playing with it, but gonna be made up from woolly Loden. So using that Laplandic nomadic design, yeah, which originally is made out of reindeer leather, yeah, natural tanned, but I haven't got that. So I thought, well, why not making it like a woolly bag, yeah, again, to match my kit. And yeah, I thought, why not playing stupid? Look, I'm making a bag for me, for myself, and one for my mate Andy. Yeah, he's a bit, as you can see, it's quite a difference. Yeah, to keep my mate Andy happy, yeah, making another bag. So my mate Andy having a bag, this one, having a bag, yeah. So to keep him happy, yeah, to put that into his rucksack, and to keep me happy, I'm gonna make myself one as well, and tea and sugar bag. That's the one. Another wizard stitching project on the go. As I started with the funny bits, yeah, like making a little tea and sugar bag, yeah. So myself and my mate Andy, yeah, keep happy, yeah, like that. And so, how to start? Well, Hogswatch night is still 2 weeks to go, yeah. It's not Christmas, that's actually Hogswatch night. It's on the 32nd of December, yeah. Keep that in mind, that's for the adults among you. Anyway, so I still got a present to make up for my mate Andy, yeah, the chunky one. And what I want to do, as you may imagine already, using some of my woolly Loden cloth, which I bought actually, what was that? Was it in February or March? It was definitely before I went to on Sweden or Finland trip. So I still have quite a bit in stock, and this is a heavyweight material. Yeah, this is a tighter woven, heavier wool, which the same which I'm used for the for my rucksack, and so it's sort of the same thickness and flexibility as leather would, you know, thin leather would perform, and so it would make quite a good replacement instead of having leather. It's much lighter than leather and does almost the same job, and it doesn't make any noise, yeah, by handling that. Oh, that was a ruler. Anyway, keep things short. I got the funny bits and I made myself some patterns up. Yeah, well, the light maybe is a bit hefty, but I made some pattern up to yeah, for the to cut the stuff out. Yeah. So what it is, we got a smaller bag and we got the main bag, and that actually goes on top. Put that like that. On top of the other one. Yeah. So the top closure, actually, the collar. Yeah, this is the collar. It's one piece which is just stitched up like that. Yeah, so it forms a ring. It's actually coming on top on the big one, and this one goes on the small one. So yeah, so once it's actually then all stitched together, I haven't made the pattern for the outer, you know, the width, but that's just a small strip, and let's just stitch it on. So it's pretty straightforward, and I just lay that out, draw around, cut it out, and knock it up. Yeah, got my machine here. I try to keep this video short, make shorter cuts, so not too much stitching in the video. I just clip in a few bits and then let you know how it looks like. And yeah, play a bit stupid. The shadow play in the background, Andy and me in the shadow, you know, like having a nice tea and sugar bag. That's the main goal, yeah, sugar bag. and obviously for the tea as well. So eventually, yeah, I may do a little surprise as well. So everything is drawn up, yeah. So I only have to cut it out. I used my herbs lid for getting the round thing. There's a teapot, you know, from the tea storage. So drawn that up around, yeah, and the lengths, everything is set up. So I only have to cut this out and ready to go. Whew, yeah, it's easier to make the layout in one go and then cut it out and make the most out of the material without lots of cut-offs, yeah. So just give you a quick detail, top view of the whole layout. Driving along, hope it's not too shaky. Yeah, so you can see I got everything drawn up, and so this gives a nice overview of what it actually then looked like. So I didn't miss any parts out so far. I hope so, and can still make some more up if needed, but that's basically the whole layout from all the parts. So yeah, get on cutting. Do all this in a very systematic way, otherwise it's getting a bit out of hand. So I have to be careful here. Cut that thing off. This is the one of the bits of the small bag. So bits. The small bags. And now going to the side bits of the big bag. Right, this is scrap for now. Everything is cut out. This is actually one bag, yeah, all the bits needed for one bag. This is the main bag for front and back. For the small bag you only need the front because it's backing up on that one, yeah. Got the collar for the big one. You may notice that I split that in half. This is actually the one that goes around the big bag, yeah. So this is the center, and what I did actually, because it's a fairly long piece and I wanted to particularly a stiffer center, yeah. But what I did, I actually darted that a bit. So this is actually wider down there in the middle than here on the top, yeah. So this is to give it a bit more saggy drop shape, yeah. So it's actually wider than down in the bottom than on the side up here, yeah. So it's wider here and a little bit shorter. So the whole bag actually is round, bulkish in the back and then slopes down like a vase, yeah, and then goes straight up. So the collar is actually straight, and because the bag is tapped a bit as well, yeah, half a centimeter on each side. So then in the end it's getting straight again. So it's sloping down, up, and then straight up again. So that's why I need so many different pieces. Could make that out of one piece, but well, just how I'm gonna do that this time. And it's very close to the original leather made sugar and coffee bag, tea bag, yeah. So as a tea and sugar storage bag. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, and obviously some small bitty bits for the rope. But that's basically all the parts I need to make one bag up. Yeah, I got the whole collection once again, but to show you in a quick matter, that's how it actually looks like. Yeah? So they go on top, this goes on top, and collar, the small collar is actually going onto the other, the smaller bag, yeah, and all this around, like so, and this goes like that, and that's the finished bag, if it's stitched up, and that doesn't take long. Whew. Yeah, I got some bits already done. This is the front pocket, yeah. It's not locked on the front yet, because I have to stitch the back into the front of the larger pocket, yeah. And but the back side of the larger bag is done, yeah. So I only have to stitch that on. This got the collar on. This hasn't yet, yeah. So it's well on its way. And yeah, biggie bags, and yeah, puts a little see this little loop thing on the collar for the string, yeah, to wrap it up like that, and then you got the bag. Right, this is just a quick intermediate report on how this coming together. Almost done, but there are a bit some iffy things to do, so I'm on my way. Almost done. Got the collar, well, the front pocket on one of the bags, yeah, and the only thing missing is the collar on the larger bag, which I'm making actually here. So it's a bit fiddly jobby, because small bags compared to some other stuff I usually do. So it's very yeah, fiddly job. And see, that's the collar. It's a little loop thing for the cord, yeah. So this side actually then goes onto the bag, and have to stitch it all up and turn it around, and it's done. So just a few more inches. I have to turn the top edge over, what I'm doing here now, which is fairly straightforward. It's just turn it over and lock it off. And this is the collar. So cutting all the threads off. So this is the collar, yeah, for the top large bag, and that's actually going on here like that. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now, and if I've done that, this yeah, tea and coffee, tea, sugar bag gonna be finished, and then I have to do the other one. See, I'm well on my way. This little tiny scissors is quite a useful item. Allows me to turn things like holding tiny bits, yeah, holding them down while the needle and the foot of the machine going through, and that's but yeah, that's the collar of the bag. Actually could use it as it's almost the size of a sleeve, yeah, so it allows, well, at least me to get fully in. I don't know about my mate, he may not getting his hand into it, but yeah, it's almost like a glove. See, this is the large bag, see the back side, and this is the top side, yeah, with the separate bag. So the extension here, that's the collar I have to stitch on, and the small bag, yeah, so if that's finished, I'll show you that in detail. Had a bit of cock up, yeah. I turned that inside out, yeah, stitched the collar on, but didn't turn the collar inside out yet. So now the outside, while the inside of the collar is on the outside of the bag. That doesn't look good. So I have to take that all apart again. Yeah, and the trouble is I stitched that, I locked it actually off, yeah, like went around twice. One, just putting it together and then turn it around and flatten that to have a flat seam. So I have a lot more to take off, and it's a 2mm stitch, yeah, the gap for the needle. It's a very tight stitch, not like 3 as normal, yeah, so it's actually very tight stitch. Yeah, but well, I thought I could call it finished, the first one at least, yeah. So that's happened with the prototype, yeah, and yeah, that happened. It just happens, and that's always happens with the first one. Yeah, the second one is then Mach 2, the nicer one, yeah, which then my mate Andy claims for himself. So yeah, I thought it went actually too nice. Yeah. All the time, I didn't have any problems or issues stitching this stuff up. This bag, yeah, look, it's almost done, but now I got the loop on the inside, yeah, and that's not right, is it? Yeah, that's happened because I didn't have the tea. I put the kettle on already now, but I had to have a break in between. That's happened if. Yeah, and then getting the odd blade out, picking the seam, and this is a very time-intensive job. I hate that, but it's easier than making a new one. That's just the last seam, yeah. Oh. I can't just cut that off and shorten that or whatever. It's because there's not much material in the bag itself, yeah. There would be no problem making a new collar up, and yeah, but I have to unpick the seam anyway because of the bag, yeah. So that keeps me a bit occupied. I should have had a break in between, bloody hell. Nobody makes me tea. I have to do that all myself. Can't blame that on Andy, can I? Even if I would like to, but I can't. It's my own fault. Didn't have a cup of tea. Well, as you can see, that keeps me occupied for a bit. Stitching the, well, picking the seam and fiddling all this thread off. You see all this fluff, I had to take that off, and now I made sure I got that the right way around, yeah. So that would be the final one. And yeah, on my tea, still hot, too hot to drink now, but yeah, shit happens. and sometimes actually regularly, so there's no point complaining. Just try to make it better the next time, and it's gonna be a really nice bag, I can promise you that. Actually, yeah, I like that quite a lot. And yeah, still have to do this one. And but now I know how to avoid some yeah, folds to creep in. And often with the first one, it's a matter of finding out how to turn and do things, yeah, and stitch it up in a correct way. And then the next one actually goes much faster and often almost turns out much nicer than the first one anyway. So because it's sort of routine builds up, yeah. I may show you this in a bit more in details later on, but what I did, I actually usually people not making the seam as pretty, like turning it over and give it another top stitch, yeah, to flatten the inside up. So it's all usually very rough and on the inside, yeah. But I like to smooth the seam up, yeah. Give it a top stitch, so that makes it much nicer and well, looks better anyway. So I did that on the little bag, yeah. So if you see, oh, you wouldn't see that on the inside. Turn it around. So I gave that another seam, yeah, on top. So this is really a flat seam without this usually bulk, yeah. Normally when you put some two layers together and stitch them across, so they still stick up inside, yeah. But if you turn them like inside out and give it another go, like on top, it's actually makes it really a flattish yeah, optic, and stabilize the seam at the same time. So that takes a bit longer, but looks nicer as well. That's what you may call quality, yeah. Well, sticking for the quality. And well, I tell you what, don't inquiring for making you anyone another bag. Is just for my mate, because I'm making one, so it's no point, or it's easier just to make another one, a second one. And I'm not doing any production anymore. I'm fed up with stitching, and my eyesight is not very good anymore. So and I don't need to do business in this sort of just doing this for my own pleasure, and occasionally, yeah, sending a gift to my mate, and that's it, yeah. I don't need to do any production, so it's a one-off, well, two-off, yeah. And well, I got a little secret to put up. I gonna do a single bag. This is a twin bag, yeah, for tea and sugar, separated, yeah. There's two bags, a big one and a small bag, but I gonna do another bag exactly like that, but only as a single bag, yeah, not like a twin double like this one. So that's supposed to be for the porridge in the food pack, yeah, and to go along with the tea and sugar bag. So that's going as a set, and that's it, no more. Right, yeah, tea chat. And there's a golden rule, have a break in between for tea or snack or whatever. And I didn't switch my brain off or my head off, so just carry on stitching. And that's why I had this little cooker. Well, it wasn't too bad, but it's annoying, yeah. Done. Look how that looks like. It's full up, sugar in the front, tea in the back, yeah. Twin bag. It's, well, maybe a bit, well, not really any more bulky than that one. So, yeah. And I made Andy's double glove done. Yeah, it looks like double glove. So that's my Hogswatch gift for my mate Andy, this one. And that's the one I'm keeping, yeah. Already filled up for my pack. Just swap the tea over and the sugar. If it's a bit less sugar in it than I thought, but no, I could still squeeze some in. It's not fully up yet, but yeah, I actually like this double pack. It's quite a nice item to have, and yeah, but the plastic definitely is not, I mean, the plastic bags inside, if you squeeze it, especially against the tea, makes a little bit moist, but not as much than having that, yeah. So the bag doesn't make any noise, yeah. So this is a tea and sugar bag, yeah, the double bag. And as I say, this is a 2-off, yeah, that's the Hogswatch special. And if you're interested in this sort of stuff, you may either try to make it yourself, easy from leather, or spend the money for it and order some from Sweden, the original one, yeah. The Sami Lapland coffee and sugar bag, and this is a woolly tea and sugar bag, yeah. So matching my kit, that's the idea. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it gives you a little bit more of the detail on how this tea and coffee bag looks like, and like spin it around. Yeah, so it's actually, see, it's a double bag all around, a spin, and that's how it looks like if it's empty. And so you can see how this is made up. This is a bit of fluff, yeah. So it's yeah, so the back, it's actually the main bag, and spin that around, and you get this front bag. It's, as you can see, it's slightly smaller, and yeah, oops. So it's a nice bag. So you got the bag here. It's a second loop to tie them, to close them individually, and yeah, worked out quite nice. Only wants to be filled up like that one in the background. Doing another bag like the porridge bag, but I don't put that on video. It's just this, like, it's a big bag, yeah, without the top front bag on it. It's easy made up, and it's going to be a bit larger than that. So porridge obviously needs a bit more space food wise, and to match that one. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed so far, and well, have a nice new year, and don't miss the third, what is it now, the 32nd of December. Yeah, that's Hogswatch night. Put that on your calendar, and this is what you get. Well, at least Andy is what get that one. Bye bye. Done. So that's how easy you can make bags like that. Yeah. And yeah, my Dandy, it keeps him happy. He had a rough time last year, well, the whole year of this year, and so he needed a bit of treat. So I thought, well, yeah, make him happy, and hopefully he can join me on the next trip and making use of his new tea bag, yeah, tea and sugar bag. So, well, that's it. Another DIY project done.